Who here's parents have been to college? So 3 out of the 5 people sitting in front of me. Well, since we're all in community college, I know that everybody here is in college, but how did you guys know how to come to college? How did you guys get your financial aid approved and sign up for classes and know what major you wanted to do? Did somebody tell you that? Or did you have to look yourself? Now, if I ask the people whose parents have been to college, I'm willing to bet that they're going to tell me that their parents told them what classes to take, where to look for the professors, what major they should do for the career that they want. But if I were to ask the people whose parents have never been to college, they're going to say, I had to Google it. And now there's nothing wrong with Google. There's nothing wrong with finding outside information and doing research yourself. But when you do that, what motivates you to stay in college? When you have to go through every grueling, backbreaking, busy semester of your life worrying about money and family and classes and your professors, and that one professor that smells really like cheese and you really don't like and he gets way too close when you ask him for help, but you have to anyways because you have no other choice. How do you manage that? Well, the statistic is that 80% of first-generation students go to a 4-year institution. But what happens to those first-year students that don't go to a 4-year institution, that stay with their parents and go to a college institution so that they can improve their wealth and increase their knowledge? Well, only 11% of students that don't end up in a 4-year institution actually ever make it out. And this is because they don't have the appropriate resources. But what about those that do? Well, I can tell you from my example that it isn't always easy. You're going to get stomped on. You're going to have professors that look at you and say, you are literally stupid. But it's not going to matter because you have a goal in mind. And that's what you keep telling yourself, right? But it's not always like that. Sometimes your mom has a strep and the flu at the same time, or work really needs you right now. And you just can't deal with that stupid calculus professor that emails you 60 times a day. But what about your future? You are your parents' future. They're already living in their future. They're living in their life. They didn't help you. And now you have to help yourself. And you're doing it to make them proud. But what about your future? What makes you any less important in the education system's eyes that only 11% of first-generation students that don't go to a 4-year institution ever actually end up graduating? 11%. That means that less than one of you is going to graduate if you were all first-year students. First generation. Fresh off the boat, don't know anything. Bring your parents your FAFSA, they ask you why they're trying to steal your IRS number. But you know what? We do it because our parents came here, or our parents were here, and they don't have the generational wealth and the opportunity that we have. We do it because we get up for that calculus professor, and we email her and we say, you're absolutely right, professor. I turned that assignment in 5 seconds late. You are right, take off 50 points. You go to Rate My Professor and you look at those professors and you wonder how anybody did it before internet. Well, the fact is that before internet, only 4% of first-generation students ever graduated college, 4-year institution or otherwise. So the next time that you really want to toss your computer at a wall, or you really just don't want to do it anymore because it's all too much, too fast, and you don't know where to start, and you don't know where to end, you are representing that 11%. You are representing the 4% before them that didn't have the opportunities afforded to them to be able to graduate as a first-generation student and increase their familial wealth. You guys are the future. So that calculus professor can go and she can email you 1,000,000 times a day. And that really old smelly guy who smells like cheese can keep smelling like cheese, but it's not going to make a difference because you are in the future. 5 minutes exactly.